How am I gonna get down off this ridge? Was there a ramp up or off this ridge? I don't know if that's traversable by mech movement or not. This looks like a straight up not traversable. Yeah, but not only 3 of my 4 have jetpacks. Or maybe even only 2 of my 4. I can't remember exactly right now. See, like, look at this. My movement path ends there. That's a downgrade. I guess that's a ramp. Like a very long, slow ramp in the wrong direction. That actually hits the edge of the map before the ramp gets to 0. But maybe I can come down here. Yeah. This Roguetech is no fun, to be honest. Why do you think it's no fun? More fun with other mods. I don't know, man. High difficulty mods tend to be what I enjoy, so we'll see. I guess we're gonna act like I have to walk down this ramp since the opponent doesn't seem to be moving towards us, which is too bad because we have this glorious high ground position. Try pressing Alt when you attempt to move. It should highlight tiles outside your range. Thanks. Useful tip. Let's try it here. Nice. Nope. And honestly, we're nowhere near further into this mod to evaluate it as mods go. I like that I took a 1.5 skull mission from a 1 skull mission, and it told me that's 2. You're gonna get. It said you need heavier stuff, and then it proceeded to show me why I needed heavier stuff. I appreciated that. That suggests that maybe difficulty is a thing they believe in. I know it says like a million times in their wiki, like the difficulty is extreme. So we'll see if it is or isn't. See how streaming it would be challenging. Actually, this is the type of game that generally does very well on my channel to stream. It's a campaign of strategy, essentially, with a high difficulty. It tends to do well. Shouldn't be hard to stream at all. All right, we're gonna move down this way. Red is road. We are fairly. It's not a super light mech. They look pretty stationary. I'm just gonna move down the road. We'll make that evaluation ourselves. Sorry I didn't have fun with it, but I'm having fun with it so far. Okay. The AI is doing a good job of not running ahead of us, kind of staying to support us. I'm a bit worried about a bunch of vehicles that stand directly behind me and fire down range, though. Let's see how stupid they are about fucking hitting me. So like this guy doesn't have jump jets. What are the numbers on the portrait? Some sort of initiative. They're exactly initiative. The higher the number, the higher their initiative. Yes, Commander. Alright. Sooner or later we're gonna run into something that's gonna be a little bit unfortunate. I think you dehydrogenated your QED did already, but I appreciate it. It really needs to. The reminder really needs to be in between. Well, I mean, I can do it during missions, but I'd rather do it when we're naturally taking a break from the mission rather than force a break in the mission to do it. Okay. I mean, I suppose we're building up whatever it is. There doesn't seem to be a timer on this. This is our little guy. How's it going today? It's going well. Pretty early days this morning. We learned that at least in the very early game, some of the mission warnings for size is fairly accurate, which is nice. Yeah, no harm done. Dehydrogenase, I appreciate the reminder. Okay, forward we go. Enemy turn, they seem to be just passing their turns right now. These might be stationary defensive objectives. These might be like a turret or something, since it hasn't moved yet. I don't want to give it LOS without having some defenses. I think I'm going to go there. Oh, I don't think that was a sprint. I think that might have been a move. Rip. Not what I wanted to do. I guess it is the fastest mech, so getting it too far ahead as a little tiny fast guy isn't very good. Okay. Oh. It's a commando. Is it a dude in a suit? Dudes in suits don't count as people. Oh no, a commando's a mech. Okay. Alright, same initiative. We didn't tie it on our initiative roll here. Let's move the hunchback up first. That actually messed up our pathing. We probably have to path around it doing that, so never mind, I take it back. Let's move the line breaker up. Line holder up, excuse me. Could indirect fire it with rockets too, which seems fine. And what then will we do with this guy if we want to move? Kind of want to get him in a position, maybe an elevated position. Is this even elevated? Where I can start launching extended range PPCs. So maybe this is a sprint into cover over here to get close enough to jump onto one of these hills next turn and PPC. Okay. You're in Xanadu. I tried AOW Planetfall. I have played it for an hour or two on, I think an hour on stream, half an hour on stream. I was not very excited with my first half hour of it. So it's unlikely I will play it again on stream anytime soon, but I might if it gets big content changes or we have a system being revealed soon that should help a lot with answering questions like that. I'm gonna have a public page for you guys to look at what games I played and my rating of it, and then a link to any of the content I've made for it. So that should be really helpful for answering questions like that, and that's the near future. All right, I don't mind moving it into this terrain and then launching a rocket over there. It seems okay. Okay. All right, go, go, go. Rockets for friends. Okay. Alright, commando's coming towards us. 25-ton mech. Linehorn does have way too much armor for what it's doing. But I've been on it. We haven't. There's not time yet in the game to customize them. So these are the basic loadouts, and I'm fine with. They're okay. We can work those out. We'll change them when we get a chance. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, do I want the little stinger, the blackjack stinger, in positions for this? So is there LOS there? There's not. Actually, none of these supposedly have LOS. Really? It's kind of weird. So we can get some really shit accuracy from there and put ourselves in a fairly vulnerable position. Doesn't seem like what I want to do. I'm probably going to reserve down on this guy. Okay. Don't need to turn off non-indirect firing weapons. They just won't fire without LOS. Okay, thanks. All right, let's take a look here.
Yeah, what can I do you for?
Can get LOS on that guy. I wish I knew if he's gone already or not. And there's new reinforcements coming from back there. Don't know what WASP loadouts tend to be. This gives me obstructed and frontal. That's frontal but not obstructed. That gives me side. We're going to put up a lot of heat jumping there though. Also puts me in a fairly vulnerable position. This guy's fairly light on armor. think I would like again. I think I'm going to reserve down again. I don't like what it does to my initiative long term, but I don't mind my teammates softening this guy up, and I don't mind that guy changing positions if he hasn't moved already. I got to figure out when the turns change. Like the rounds. Oh, Dogert. Was that Mech? The Whitworth? Looks like it might have been. Okay. This is the line holder. Get blocked direct fire there. I think we're going to overheat pretty quickly in this biome, so I don't really want to jump jet. Although positioning might be... Oh, we can't jump jet anyways, I don't have one.
Moving to position.
All right. Still decent. Shoot it with the ER laser too, probably. Like that. Seems fine. Not much damage, but a little bit. Maybe Xanadu. The answer is maybe. They just teased something today on their Twitter. That's why I retweeted it. Thought there might be a little bit of hype for that. Depends how big it is if we revisit it. If it's just like a single encounter, I probably won't revisit it anytime soon. But if it's fairly significant, maybe we'll revisit it.
Good to go.
Do not play last add-on. For what? Dogart. Oh, did not play. I see. Alright, this is the Hunchback. Hunchback needs to get his ass into gear so he can be useful to us one day. Alright. Really kind of loving our support wing over there. Support lance of ranged missile things. They killed that commando.
Yes, Commander.
And as long as I still get credit for it, I'm okay with it.
Right here.
This is our little guy. I think I might there and entrench. I don't mind taking a little tiny bit of fire.
Confirmed.
Okay.
Receiving you.
And I would love to get in range. Okay, that's a frontal hit with an extended range PPC. Presumably elevated. Does leave us a bit of a target, but maybe it's okay. Let's do this. This is why I delayed his turn earlier. Okay. 42%. Sure. Get PPC, bitch. All right. It is satisfying to hit with PPCs. All right. Still I'm having trouble with the rounds. It feels like this indicator, your turn, which is up constantly even when it's not your turn, blocks the round indicator somewhere.
I will be done.
Yeah. Alright, what's this guy's weapon systems? Long range. If we can get in, that's a decent shot. That seems okay. No blockages there.
Rolling.
Alright. Actually, pretty good coverage entirely with this. What's it going to do to our weapons? Ooh, it's going to blow us the fuck up. Why does this medium pulse do a lot more damage than that medium pulse? Did it autocorrect which one I took? Yeah. Alright, let's take a shot. Pretty sure the phase counter counts up, Gorby, right?
Don't you?
So it's still phase 8, round 13, apparently, or whatever the hell. I don't know how to read that because it doesn't really make sense. So it just went from 13 to 12.
I'm listening.
All right, I want to get in range of this guy. This is the little guy. He's not gonna be shit. All right, let's just get closer on him. I think that's round 8 is what I think that is. I think this is round 8, phase 11. And phase 11 being initiative phase, counting down 11. All right, we can get in range to medium laser him, but it feels pretty underwhelming. I think we might do this instead. How do I get off this area? I can walk down this. Okay, wasn't clear to me that I could. Could fire pretty shit shots. It might be enough to kill him. What's it do to my heat to fire this? Not even that bad. Nothing downrange of us that we care about. All right. Okay. Down to initiative 9. Yeah, that's definitely counting down. Did they steal my kill again? Sure did. Let's hope we still get salvage rights on that. All right. We're 67% of the way through the enemy units. There's only 1 enemy unit left. This is insanely easier than the 1.5 skull mission that we are doing. So that, I don't know what that means yet. That might be fine. It might mean that it's, the rating system doesn't really tell us a lot. I think we just reserve that guy for now. Right? Like this mission, insanely easy. The last mission at half a difficulty level harder, insanely hard. Relative to it.
Okay, come on.
I just reserved, and then he was the next guy to go anyways. Feels a little bad. Okay. Alright, we don't know where the last enemy is. I think it was that mech that came up here and then walked away. Where's our little scout? Maybe he can do it. And also, I don't know if was he on this elevation? I don't remember.
Standing by.
Commander.
Performance seems a little better right now. Yes. Sikraza. Six Rana, rather. I will.
Orders.
I'll be doing, I think Joe announced it already, but I'll be doing, we'll be checking out the streamer pre-release of the next MTG set with Joe. This is the little guy. I like the tree.
Bustin' up.
And Arbiter in. Let's go. This is the, oh, it's not the Hunchback, but still good.
Heading out. Full speed.
Yep, drafting with Joe on, I think it's the 15th. I think it's the release date, I think. All right, here he comes out of the shadows. Shoot me on the side. Right, got some use out of our evasion pips there. Took a little bit of armor damage. It will be sealed and draft, both available. Draft is limited availability. Sealed is available all day. He gets to go twice, despite holding it, which is really annoying. Chose a different target though. Maybe annoying, maybe not. It's just a little bit of armor damage there. Okay. All right, we should just be able to absolutely destroy him now. The only thing we have to worry about is if we gotta watch our shots from behind. So I like flanking him, but stacking up flanks means we gotta do this guy first. All right. Friendly fire has been the most dangerous thing so far. To the team. I just told you what it was. And that's right. We can get a apparently pure flank right behind him there with this guy. That seems pretty nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What percentage of the time do you think we blow the line holder up doing this? I don't know, but it looks pretty good. What is my accuracy rating here? Fire. Oh my god. Okay. All right. If that's a 1 skull mission and the other one's a 1.5, I hope there's like a 1.25 available to us, because that change in difficulty was crazy for half a skull. Hey, Sin. All right, destroy enemy units. Great. Faction rep. Great. We took a slight amount of armor damage here, I believe. Okay, potential salvage. We get 2. We got commando parts, wasp parts, Whitworth parts. Man, the entire Whitworth dropped. No, 4 of 5. All right, LRM 10s, medium lasers, SRM 6s, a Defiance case. And I don't know what this is, an Artemis 4. TTS, tactical targeting system, I think, allows the use of Artemis 4 ammo for cockpit fire control system, basic targeting and weapon control. Critical effects. Sensors are critically hit. It's a sensor. Maybe. Guess I would look at our value. What is the value on this? 750K. What is this? Armor. Bunch of heat sinks, bunch of jump jets, bunch of basic sensors. Generic ammos. Okay, I don't want any of that shit. All right. Although that's an interesting ammo. Gives you plus accuracy and plus evasion pips, huh? I think we're gonna grab either mech parts or I didn't see any engine stuff, right? What was the case worth? 50K, so pretty common it looks like. And what are these parts worth? No value on that. Do we want to take this thing? I'm not sure I understand enough yet about how I mount sound sensor systems, but we might as well grab one and see. Let's grab this thing and grab some mech salvage. I think I'm going to take one of the Whitworth pieces. I don't even know if I want a Whitworth, but there's a chance I do. Something like that. Okay. Confirm. All right, we got Commando times 1, Commando times 2, Commando times 3, Commando times 4. 2 Whitworth pieces. So we're 4/5 of the way to a Commando. Picked up the case. The Artemis and the SRM ammo. That seems fine. Seems like a decent roll. Okay. And presumably we will make it back to the ship. It's not a chassis. It's not. Okay. Pillage, then burn. Yeah, that makes sense. It's the order you want to do it in. A couple of the mechs were damaged. Only cast this amount to put them in the repair bay. New. Okay. Do we wish to go somewhere? Or we could. I mean, we're out of people, right? So all of our people are fatigued now. So presumably we want to move on. Okay. Let's check a couple things. Let's check where the next missions are. I don't have a sense of where to go next.
Hello, Commander. The Argo may not be fully functional yet, but she's space-worthy enough for our purposes.
Biome, difficulty, extended coverage. Okay. Not what I was actually looking for. I was actually looking for this one. I think we had a mission that would pay us to go somewhere else, but it's 1.5 difficulty. And if 1.5 difficulty is like the other 1.5 difficulty, we're absolutely fucked if we take it. So I don't really want to commit to a mission and then be unable to do something about it. Not paying very much. It's also against somebody. It's against the planetary government. Simple smash and run. So how do I... Okay, so we should check this out. This is going to a different system. Travel to Oliver. Presumably Oliver is a system. Could be a world, though. Does it tell me more about that? No, not really. But if I go to the navigation...
Commander on deck.
Is there a search? I see filters. System owner. Travel time 39 days. Travel time 67 days. So where the fuck is Oliver then? It's gotta be a search, right? Oh, travel contact is Oliver. It's not the name of the system. Why would I care about the name of the fucking guy who's telling me about it? Ooh. Some performance loss when using filters. My God, all right. I thought I would just quickly scroll through a couple of those, get some sense. Currently it's a full lock. I can move this around, but I can't interact with this one. If I can back out of the screen, cannot. So we're waiting for this to be applied. Presumably there's a shit ton of one filters. Come on, Roguetech. If you add a filter, you gotta expect your people to use it. I'm not sure we gotta save after that mission either. Like, I haven't manually saved. I don't know if it auto saves after missions. Otherwise, I would seriously consider crash. I would consider alt tabbing the game right now. All right, note to self: do not use this filter. Did specifically tell me there's a difficulty filter, and then can't do anything with it. Should get an auto after mission complete. Do we know that for a fact? Because I think it might be crashing the game time, because this is just not doing anything. What does the task manager say right now? Can you get my task manager? Okay. Well, let's hope we did. can't get to it. There we go. Get the music. I can't. It won't maximize it. Won't let me alt tab it. All right. Alt F4 is not working. Bringing up the Windows Task Manager won't let me. It won't actually maximize. It won't actually bring the Task Manager to the forefront ever. Presumably because Battletech won't get out of the fucking forefront and it's not moving. How do I close it, chat? Oh, got something there. If I hovered it, it would bring it, but it wouldn't bring it maximized. Control Shift Escape, which is what? Instead, use the keyboard shortcut to access the task manager directly. Okay. Doesn't do that. If you open task manager and spam enter, it should kill it eventually. Yeah, but it's gonna kill my other active tasks like OBS, dude. Like, let's think through that half a second longer. It is actually the top one on there. Calculator and Discord are next. All right. I wonder if we can spam enter. Can we do that? Because I can see that. I can actually probably interact with Discord over here. I do have a second monitor. But I can't get it. But yes. Hey, Savans. Alt enter still minimizes, maximizes. Oh, I can get to the second monitor right now, but I can't get the task manager, which has opened on the primary monitor behind that, to do anything, and I can't get Battletech to minimize. Task manager, if I hover it, will eventually pop up, but I can't interact with it. And it tells me that Roguetech is frozen. So I need to fucking somehow get this closed without closing the stream, ideally. Alt space and some arrow keys. Can I do that?
Never win.
Alt space arrow keys.
Swebons has tits.
Thanks for the resub, Kush. And then M. Move. Oh, nice. I didn't know about that either. Okay. We're moving it. Next screen. Perfect. Fucking saved by chat. God, I knew there was a reason we listened to that. Thank you, Splinter Mine. Okay, great. Now I can end task. Fantastic. Great. All right. Note to self. Never use filters. Jesus. Yeah. Let's hope the autosave picked that up. Windows hotkeys for the win. Nice, nice, nice. Well, that felt like it was a big hang, right? Because it felt like what it was is there's probably a lot of 1-star missions, may not be, or half-star missions. But I was just trying to get some sense of our surroundings, like if there are going to be planets that are all 5-star missions, for example, versus planets that are going to be all 1-star missions. So we'll do two things. First is we will basically just load and try to open the filter again. And if it crashes again, so we'll know to stay away from the filter. And the second is we will still attempt to go somewhere. Okay. Load times in this game are a lot. Well, in this mod, I guess. Professionals are predictable. It's the amateurs that are dangerous. I don't know, man. Scare your enemy to bailing out, destroying their allies, flanking, and reducing their offensive capability are some of the ways to frighten them into submission. Okay. Chat. All right. So, we wanted to go back to the map because we're trying to move. Whether or not that's worth something yet, we don't know yet.
Hello, Commander.
Mm-hmm.
The Argo may not be fully functional yet, but she's space-worthy enough for our
Let's try a 5 skull filter. That should be a smaller filter, right? Okay, that actually filtered very quickly. We can see missions with 5. Alright. How do we move around though? Like, where are we supposed to go and why? So there's a travel contract. To here. To there? I can't actually click it. I think it's there. So we could go there. It's an 18-day travel. Can I see more about the system by hovering? Presumably. Attack resources 12, defense resources 12, escalation bonuses. It's 81% Lyran Commonwealth on an ice biome. Yeah, I saw that the contract included pay. But if travel cost is only 25,000 to go there, and the contract is a contract we can't fulfill because it's the same difficulty as that pirate mission, which just stomped the shit out of us with 16 mechs moving before our first and second turns, then maybe we just eat the 25k, which is nothing, and go somewhere else. Like, why do I want to go to that particular system? So this is who owns it, I guess, the color, huh? And it's not that I wouldn't like to go do that mission. I'm just really concerned that we'd take it and have to abandon it because we can't do it. So, this actually had a challenge rating when I clicked on the area. This is the challenge of the planet, but that doesn't change. This is one of the locations with the 5 stars, right? No, that doesn't actually change. So that challenge rating doesn't look very useful, since presumably the filter tells us this is a 5-star area. All right, Roguetech players. How do I choose a system from this? This feels super insanely open-ended. What am I looking for selection criteria in a system? Travel hub, rocky world, rich moons, mining, medium gravity planet, large pop, inner sphere, level civilization, extensive volcanism. Comstar presence, former Star League presence, geothermal boreholes. I'm on a decent planet with appropriate mission difficulty. I could just wait. Well, why would I ever move then? You're saying the missions will get too easy eventually? So what is the system we're in right now? Agriculture, aquaculture, black market, Comstar presence, desert world, inner sphere level civ, medium gravity, mega city, mining, moderate pop, moons, pirate presence, recreation, and travel hub. I mean, having some travel time would be good. We're fatigued at least for a week. We could just run the clock for a week, sure, but presumably there should be some reason to leave the system. Maybe we don't leave. It just seems like that would be the next reasonable step. Ooh, what is this? This is just the visual of that. Okay, this early you want its challenge level to be appropriate. Biome matters if you have mechs that manage heat poorly. Later, having technical or production sounding modifiers help you modify cool shit. On some mechs while you travel. Well, of course I'll mod mechs while I travel, but that's the point, is where are we traveling so we know how much time we have to mod mechs for. System with research attribute have better shops. Okay. That would be a nice filter to be able to use. Mining moons, rich. What do you think a rich modifier does? Rocky World, travel hub. Mining moons, recreation, research. So this one is 29 days away, which is a little bit further than I wanted to go. Large pop, manufacturing, mining, research. And why is this distance? This distance is really weird. Like, this distance is only 18 days. Along the way is further. So this has a travel contract available to it. It's 18 days away. Has research as a modifier. Has rich as a modifier. Has manufacturing as a modifier. Feels like we probably want to go there. All right, how fucked are we for long-time Roguetech players here if we accept the mission being offered to us to move on? It is a 1.5 skull mission, which seems much harder than we're capable of doing. Although I don't know, we've been doing ones, and ones were easy, but we took the first 1.5 and just got smashed. And it is versus the planetary government, which you can't build rep with, so that's a pretty good target. Maybe we just take this. Let's go find out. All right. So, let's go ahead and save and travel first time. Okay. Seems fine. All right. In the meantime, let's set up our mech bays and then save again and then travel. So, we're going to need to repair. Let's see what's happened to this mech. There's a random factor in difficulty, so maybe we just got a really scaled up one. So what is the mech? What's up with this our mech here? Where do I see what actually needs to be repaired? Do you want to look at the tutorial? Upper left, you can see the overview. Yeah, hard points. We know all this. Sure. 80 of 90. Warning states. Okay. So our armor 80. Okay, so we were missing a little bits of armor here. I see. So the torso and arms took a little bit of laser fire and legs. So we took about, okay, I see all this. Okay, how do I set this up to be repaired? Probably repair all if I had to guess. Repair all? No, repair all does nothing. Ah, a tricky decision. No, this isn't damage though. This is the actual armor loadouts on this. That's damaged, 69 of 80. Maybe not though, that could just be the allocation of the weight of the armor. So why then is it flagged? Okay, well, which ones? But one of them has armor damage. It may have been the line holder. We did take armor damage on somebody. Is armor auto repair? I don't remember who we took the damage on. Yeah, thank you, Onia. We'll worry about refitting once I understand the error flags I'm getting from this. I mean, this is the one we're doing work on, right? And I said no to repairing all of them. Like, one of our guys came back. We took some shots. I could have put him into repair. I said not to do it right now. I don't know how to see which one's wounded again. This seems like something that should be really, really obvious. How do we discover which one is wounded? Then why did it want to put our guy in repair, Makani? And I'm not even sure that's right? Because you might be talking about base game. They all look repaired. All armors are white. Then why did it want to put this guy in the queue? Like, what is the queue? All right. Well, not getting a lot of information there. Sure. We can mess around with the loadouts. So this is the laser version of this, right? With the hard points there, we should definitely spread the heat sinks and lasers around. If there are nodes, other or not laser nodes there. So that makes sense, this loadout. Okay. In base game, the white armor automatically went back to where it was set. In this game, you have to manually relocate it. So maybe that's what it is. So basically, it was at 50 of 50 tons, but I've taken some armor damage, presumably off this arm. And if I put that out, and then presumably, like, it looks like the leg took some damage. Wow, it doesn't save your armor loadouts on this, huh? So that's probably where it was. And that explains why the weight moved as well as the damage. Okay. I see. All right. Well, okay. Let's take a look at this guy. So where do I see that makes sense now. Just got to the heart of that. That's good. Where is the heat buildup of this? Do I just have to manually do that? I can't remember. Where are my lasers? These are unequipped or equipped? Okay. Click the max armor button. That just redistributed from legs and arms to the backs of my armor. That does not seem like what I want. So we have 10 tons of armor on there. And we have to manually distribute it. Awkward. Okay. See your heat efficiency at the top left. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Heat sinking 69 heat, alpha strike 80 heat, average jump heat. Okay, that's useful stuff. Okay, cool. That is actually something I care about. What's the firepower? Hover. Okay. Movement shows us it's... I'd love to get jump jets on this. There's probably no way we can realistically put jump jets on this thing, right? But jumping behind people with laser alphas is fucking incredibly fun. Okay. Is this Battletech? If only there was some way to find that out. If we figure it out, I will let you know for sure. I don't want to do that. No. Discard all and save changes. Yes. Okay. All right. We want to mess with loadouts as much as we can. Then the Hunchback actually has the best loadout of our existing ones. We should do other ones first, particularly this guy. We can cancel this immediately, although presumably it costs us something. You'll be refunded $462. I think we paid more than that. So I think in general I have to say no to this stuff. This thing was the PPC and SRM, right? Wow, this guy's pretty loaded up already. We definitely want to refit some of this shit. Like, I don't think SRMs are very helpful here. Him just being a PPC mech is okay, I guess. We're at weight cap. What do we have for weapons? I can't see all. ACG, etc. etc. PPCs. It's got a plasma torch, which is a melee weapon, right? Okay. I see. Would more heat sinks help? Depends where we're going. I think more sensor gear would help us. And we did pick up some sensor gear, right? We have a new engine too. A radical heat sink. It's kind of interesting. What is this engine at? This is a 145 engine. And we have equipment. We have this Beagle probe, which I think is a deployable. And we have the Artemis upgrade too. And additionally, if we're inclined, as we poke around as our first playthrough of this, so excuse the amount of time we're taking to look at this, we do have access to a store before we leave. We can buy pieces of a Black Knight, which I'm not against, although it's a big expenditure for us. The rest of this stuff doesn't look super relevant to us. There's a large pulse laser there. I do like pulse lasers. Kind of expensive. Yeah. We have the MRM launcher too that we picked up. Yep. Yeah. It wasn't bad installing Roguetech. Just remember to revert to 1.7 before you do it, or whatever it was, 1.71 or something. You read it in the manual, but it wasn't intuitive to me to see that. Okay, I don't know how important it is to spend money, so I'm not going to. We'll hold on to it for now. We're going to redo our mechs. The mechs that we're going to redo are probably the loadouts for this. We don't have a lot of stuff to change, but we can, for example, try to keep our long-range weapons on one mech, or at least multi-fire it. I mean, this guy clearly can't alpha his stuff. The Hunchback's pretty close to how I build it. I'd like to get a little bit more efficient heat sinking. I'd like a little bit more mobility. The only way I can think to get mobility on this is jump jets, and I don't think we can do that. I mean, I would give up a little bit of lasers for that, to be able to do that, maybe. Is it even jump jet capable? I'm not sure the hard points exist for it. Where are our jump jets? Jump jets. We only have 6 small jump jets, doesn't matter. Can't do that. So I can't do anything with the jump jets on this. I don't think it has any missile hard points. Is there a summary of the hard points somewhere? Yeah, here. So it has 0 missile hard points. No, it does have jump jet hard points, okay. But we only have small jump jets, and it's a medium mech. I think these are only effective up to... No, this is effective up to 55 tons. So these are actually jump jets appropriate for the size here. How much do they weigh? They're only half a ton. That seems actually very valuable to us. Where would they go? Where are my jump jet hard points? It looks like that. I don't think they're specific then, so we'd probably end up doing like jump jets in here. Which is fine. Also, if we want to move around anything, which we probably don't. Alright, so we need to get a 1.5 tons out. I'm okay ditching the small laser, but it's only half a ton. These small lasers are pretty good when you're close, but... So you'd either have to give up armor, or heat sinking, or something else. Its rear armor is also really shit right now. Gyros counteract the massive amounts of momentum generated from Mech's engine, allow for precision maneuvering and covering for stability, impacting attacks. All Mechs come equipped with a stock gyro, which can be upgraded for improved performance. Has 0 tonnage. I see. So this is just a thing that we can replace. What did this one do? All right. Converts the mech to use double heat sinks. Activate when above 90% heat. Deactivates when below 30% heat. Minus 20% heat when active. 5% failure chance on activation. 10% additional failure chance on consecutive turns. Deals critical hit to self on failure. Pressurized coolant can explode for 10 heat, and 50% of that is damage to stability. When the vehicle critical effects Turret critical effects. I don't understand this. Mech critical effects. So, what does this replace? Replace something. Replace cooling. Convert a system SHS engine to a DHS engine. Mech's cooling system. Okay. All right. We have the engine core. If we wanted to make that, we could downgrade the engine core by putting jump jets. I'm not sure the range on 4 small jump jets. I think there was an average jump range on movement somewhere. Max move, max jump 150 meters. Okay, that's really good for positioning. So we want to get those jump jets on, presumably. It's going to fuck up our heat too. What was this? This was for ammo. What does the Beagle probe replace? Doesn't, it just adds on. And it weighs a fair chunk. Okay, I do want to get this on somebody because the sensor suite stuff was pretty irritating, being unable to see guys I wanted to target. So we're going to put it on somebody small. All right. So if we want to do this, we need to cut weight somewhere. Already gave up one of the lasers, although we can move that too. Wasn't there an accuracy bonus for being on the arms? Was there? I can't remember where I find that. Arms are more accurate. Is it just arms? Is there like center torso the same as side torsos, for example? Only arms. Okay. Cool. Oops. Alright, so we're going to have to give up armor if we want to do this. How do I feel about this armor? We actually haven't repaired it yet either, so this just adds a bunch of weight for the jump jets. Of 2, right? Our biggest damage dealer would be really, really nice. Drop heat sinks and max armor always. That's backseat gaming, friend. In the worst way. So, you provided no explanation or reasoning. You have presented it as a command, and otherwise have been entirely unhelpful with a command like that. Alright. Maybe drop some heat sinks. I like maxing frontal armor sometimes, but there's a trade-off, right? There's an opportunity cost of this. We can see what we get out of this if we want to do that. I mean, all right, so let's, what is it, back? Vert changes, okay. All right. So this looks like just locked in portions of the mech. Alright, so if we bring this up to 80, I'm not actually that concerned about armoring the arms. I mean, we will lose 2 medium lasers doing that. I'm not sure if they're destroyed when the arms are destroyed or not, but just basic medium lasers might be okay. We might be able to drop the armor a little bit. Make weight somewhere else. I'm going to be really annoyed reassigning armor all the time. I generally like to armor the torsos pretty heavily. Okay. Hey, Galvia. Yeah, exactly. It was Weistein. That's also another issue. The location that we're going to... Alright. Were we going to an ice area? Can we actually set it up for... If we go to this... No, Oliver was not the contact. Oliver was the system name. So the system name here is this one. How do we see what type of area it is?